After we've finished the Psuke de Zimra by reciting its concluding bracha, blessing of Yishtabach, the very next thing that comes are the words of Borchu. The Mishnah Berurah explains in Siman Nun Dalid, Siv Katan Yud Gimel, that when the Chazan says Borchu, what he's telling the rest of the congregation is, let us bless Hashem, let us say the bracha of Yotzer Or, the very first bracha of Shachrit, the bracha that leads into the Shema. As a result, Reb Shlomo Zalman Auerbach had a very interesting halachic ruling. He said, if a person is still in the middle of Psuke de Zimra and hears Borchu, they are allowed to recite Baruch Hashem HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed, blessed is Hashem, the Blessed One forever and ever. But they need to have in mind that those words are not a response to the classic Borchu, the invitation to start Shachrit. Rather, those words are a mitzvah being fulfilled. The mitzvah of Kishem Hashem Ekra, Havu Godel Elokeinu, that whenever we hear the name of Hashem being recited, we have to afford greatness to it. What's the greatness? By responding to Hashem's name. And the way we respond to it is Baruch Hashem HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. Because ultimately, Reb Shlomo Zalman was of the opinion that if we are responding to the classic Borchu, if we're indicating in a normal fashion like everyone else responds, it's as if we are now starting Shachrit, as if we have said, let's bless together the Yotzer Or, the first of the brachot of Shachrit. And according to Reb Shlomo Zalman, you would not be allowed to conclude Psuke de Zimra, nor would you be allowed to recite the Yishtabach itself. You see, Reb Shlomo Zalman Auerbach saw these clear parts of Tefillah as we learn. First, the Psuke de Zimra that opens with Baruch Shamar and closes with Yishtabach, and then Borchu, which is the introduction to the Birchot Kriyat Shema, to the blessings we'll recite, leading up to the Shema and then following the Shema into the Shemona Esrei. If we don't have the right intent and enter into that second part of the davening, the formal Shachrit, we can't turn back and conclude the Psuke de Zimra as we would have liked. Reb Shlomo Zalman was of this opinion. There are those who disagreed with him, including Reb Chaim Kanievsky, and yet it's a fascinating halacha, a ruling that is brought about by a great understanding of the tefillah itself.